My name's Barrie Goodfellow. I'm a retired businessman and I now am fully occupied as an artist. I worked all my life in the export shipping field and took up art as a retirement hobby, and it became quite addictive. Well, we do love Cornwall, and I tend to make my paintings Cornish, but I think the conception of that idea of the houses coming down the hill I got from Axmouth and Devon. In actual fact, I can't keep up with the demand. I know that sounds big-headed, but the production line out there, right? There's some of my tactile work with fishing boats on them, and as soon as I hang them up in the shop with Salomon timber. It is a painting, but it's tactile. I make the fishing boats out of balsa wood. It was 2002 when I started painting, and it really took off in 2003. And I've had many successes and achievements in painting, and that's what I like about painting, because it's challenging. There's always something to aim for, there's always something to fulfill, and it keeps me occupied, it keeps me busy, it keeps my active mind satisfied. Hi, my name is Barrie Goodfellow. I'm a registered blind artist, and this is my guide dog, Marshall. I was one of the 2% of people to be born with glaucoma, which is very unusual because normally people detect glaucoma later in life. And as you can imagine, I was born in 1950, and technology then wasn't what it is today. There was no screening processes to pick up glaucoma or other eye diseases, and so I had an almighty struggle when I started school. Prior to starting school, I had trouble as a kid, in as much as I would forever run into lampposts or fall over objects in the street, and I couldn't run as fast as my friends simply because I needed more time to express my mobility. So life was pretty tough for me in the beginning, but I suppose that's made me more determined. A hearing problem and a sight problem combined, you lose your ability to lip read, so it's more difficult for me. I just couldn't follow a lesson, and it got to the point where the teachers thought I was uneducatable. So I was sent to the art room to sit and paint all day. I wouldn't do anything in the classrooms with my colleagues or peers, as they were in those days. And when I was 11 years old, they really detected that I did have a sight problem, and I got some glasses, and my parents sent me to a private school to see if this would boost my education. But I found it very difficult at a private school. I couldn't grasp the Latin or the algebra, and I returned to the final year of the secondary school and I started to do a little bit better. I left school at the age of 15, and I was given the opportunity, having done a couple of labouring jobs, I was given the opportunity to go and work in my father's, the same company that my father was employed in County Durham, Bladen, County Durham, just across the river from Newcastle. And it was a condition of that employment that I did a year in a technical college. So I went to Ashington Technical College, which is now known as the Northumbria University in Ashington, and this was the best year of my educational life. I was with a group of guys who just wanted to achieve, who were very helpful, and we all mucked in, and they taught me a lot. 1 o'clock in the evening, so it was quite a long day, despite the fact they were enjoyable days. But I was very, very disappointed that I could not carry on a career in engineering, in which I had my heart set. But as one door closes, another one opens. I then got a job as a messenger boy on a quayside in Newcastle, and I embarked on a very, very good career in export shipping, learning all the mechanics of moving the large industry of the northeast throughout the world. this was to take me far and wide. I was later on travelling, and in the latter part of my career I lived the dream in owning my own company. You will never touch that food unless I blow the whistle, no matter what it is. Glaucoma, it reduces the field of vision. I've also got retinitis pigmentosa, but I didn't find this in me until I was in mid-20s. So there's been a steady decline since my mid-20s, and I really went out that was in the 70s, and my sight really went out in the 90s, early 90s, and I was actually registered blind in 1996. So, unless you understand medical things, the retina with retinitis pigmentosa, it's an infection of the retinas, which makes the retinas very thin and worn. And compounded by glaucoma, it's a lethal combination. Glaucoma is actually a build-up of fluid in the eyes, which does away with the fields, makes the fields narrower. So it was progressive. It wasn't genetic, because nobody in my family had sight problems. My father was a fighter pilot in the war. My mother was beautifully sighted. She still is today. So nobody really knows how it was caused. It's one of those unlucky things. Right, a lot of art is through imagination. I mean, you can go to somewhere where there's a lovely coastal aspect of that, and you just imagine something better than what you're actually looking at. You can come back, and this is the beauty of art, you can actually change it and put it on the picture.